So rapper Dababy, we've talked about him a couple times in this podcast, which is really weird. But rapper Dababy, he was recorded. I don't know if he recorded it, but somebody recorded it. But he was recorded. He was coming off of his Sprinter, and there was two kids outside of his van, and they were selling candy. And he came out with a wad full of money, and he was like, "How much for the box?" And the kids said $200. Baby laughs, and he's like, "How many are in the box?" And the kid's like, 34. So the baby's talking with the kid, and he's like, "Hey, 34 times." He's like, "Well, how much do you sell the candy for?" And then the kid's like, $2. He's like, "Okay, so how many are in the box?" And the kid's like, 34. He's like, "So 34 times 2 is," and then the kid's like, 250. And the baby starts laughing. He's like, "What the fuck?" So he asked the other kid's like, $200. And he's like, "No, it's $68. And then they're going back and forth. Eventually the baby goes, "You know what? I'll buy one each from both of you guys." Gives them both $2. And he basically says, "All right, you guys be good." This caused a whole shitload of issues on the internet because everyone just assumed because you're rich or you're well off that he should have just bought the entire box and gave them the $200. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on this situation.
He did the right thing. This is the thing. He did the right thing. These kids, I don't know if they were trying to be funny. Like, it was funny the first time as a joke and cool. Like, oh, 200. Let's see if you do it.
Right.
But then after he's like, come on, like, seriously. That's when you go like, oh, it's like this much.
$100.
Yeah, It's like this much, whatever. And then he probably would have got it. Both of you probably would have got it. But the whole outrage of this shit is the bullshit part of it. Because, again, we've had this episode where entertainers are not rich. Right. Like, I'm sure Dababy's well off and everything and shit like that. But just because he has, like, a wad of money walking around and shit like that don't mean nothing. And also, why put it on Dababy like, oh, rich people should blah, blah, blah. Go after the fucking billionaires. Make them trend every day about this shit. Right. The ones that have, like, they're getting bailout money for their space program when they could, and they're not paying their workers shit while they could fucking, like, end world hunger, right? Easily. But no, let's look after Dababy because he didn't buy the candy boxes from kids.
He's a rapper with chains on.
Yeah.
He's got it. Come on.
Yeah, it's just...
Regardless if he has it or not, it's his money. He worked for it. He should be able to dictate what he does with his money that he deserves. But yeah, if the kids would have been reasonable after the second time, like you said, I don't see him going, no, whatever here. They would have been like, you got us $100. Right. All right, nice try, kid.
Yeah.
But
I feel like watching the video and then seeing him come out with the stack of money, he was clearly going to give them more than what he gave them. Yeah. But it was when they basically tried to finesse him that he was like, nah, now I'm not going for this because I'm trying to help you, and I'm telling you, just be honest with me, and you're still not being honest.
That goes back to, like, if you're trying to help somebody and they're being an asshole about it, then it's like, oh, fuck this.
Right. So it's like, with that situation, I'm just glad that it was recorded the way it was recorded, because now you can see exactly what we talk about when, like, society just takes shit and they flip it a totally different way. Because I don't see anything he did wrong in that. No. He didn't make fun of those kids. He didn't say, like, oh, you guys are stupid. He didn't curse at them, anything. He literally was like, how much for the box? They tried to finesse him. He didn't go for it. Why does that make him now entitled to, hey, here's $1,000, just take the box. You know, I mean, just give me the box or whatever. Like, that's stupid. And then, but that also, to me, is a reflection on society today. Everyone just looks like, oh, you got it, it's all right.
Because, like, let's pretend he did do that, right? He gave him $1,000.
Then the next shit. Person,
no. But then the story changes. It's like, oh, he's teaching these kids that they don't have to work. They don't have to work hard for the thing, and they get money because they ask and blah blah blah. And, it's just it was never going to be a positive story because it's Dababy.
Well, I always look at too, like, do you ever see, like, those stories of people who pay off someone's layaway during Christmas time?
Right.
Why are they always anonymous? Because if they do it, guess who's going to be the next time? Hey, you bought it last year for me. Because at that point, they'll be like, okay, let me help you out again. Well, shit, what last year was $1,000. This year's $12,000. Like, now you're thinking this is how it's going to be.
Right.
So that's my issue with all this is. And then second, my issue is people who are calling other people out on it. Because how many of these people are walking past kids going, I have this money in my wallet. No, I'm good. I don't have any money.
Yep.
Same thing. Regardless if you have $1 million or $2. If you're going to lie to a kid, you're going to lie to a kid. And if that kid's going to try to hustle you, he's going to try to hustle you if you're rich or if you're poor. It's
Right.
if you're just the one that's gonna have to do that. And if you're gonna hustle that kid by saying you don't have money and you have money, then you're no better than that kid.
Right.
In my book.
My big thing from this is like what were they gonna learn from getting that $200 to basically keep lying, keep finessing your way to the top and everything like that. And I feel like he was probably the first person who was like, no, no, just because I have it, that's not how this works. It's like once you get to this point, you can do whatever you want to do with your money, but this does not mean that because I have it now I'm supposed to fund whatever you're doing.
It could have been like for kids, those kids, I don't know who they are, but like let's say they're hard workers. They're out there, they're doing that shit. And it could have been just like, oh, it's like one of the good easy days. We're going to have to stand out here all day and we got everything sold, right?
Exactly.
Because Dababy is, from the stories I've heard, some of the stories you've told me, he's a hard-ass worker. Like, when he got his first music videos made, he made that shit happen. Like, himself. And which is, if you've ever worked with any kind of artist, especially musical artists, they're not the most fucking motivated when it comes to, like, actually doing this shit. They're very, like, on their stuff and it's very about them. But when it comes to stuff that's, like, a team effort, they're just like, you know, my way and figure it out kind of thing, but you do it. So for him to like really fucking like make it happen, what do you do? Like some people were like trying to like there was a music video and some people from the hood were like, you can't do this here.
He like when he was first getting on, basically he had funded this whole music video in a different part of I want to say it was Texas, but he was in a different state. And he had paid for the whole camera crew, everyone. Bought them lunch and everything as an independent artist, which is already, like, hard.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Right, so these guys came down and they were like, hey, you have to check in over here. You can't shoot this video over here and blah, blah, blah. And then only him. There was no security. There was no, like, a bunch of people. It was him, and it was, like, probably, like, 10 or, like, 15 dudes who were, like, standing out in the distance. He was like, I don't check in. He was like, I don't do that. And then he was like, now, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it like a man. But I'm not about to sit here like, basically, you're not about to bully me into doing nothing. And nothing got shut down. He literally told, like, the crew and everything, like, y'all good. Ain't nothing about to happen over here. And I remember, like, there was a model who talked about it because she was on the scene. And then she was talking about how, like, nothing happened. Everyone was safe. He made sure everyone was protected and everything. And I was just like, shit like that is commendable. So for stuff like this, I always find it funny because, like you said, there was no win for him in this situation. If he gave him the money, he's an enabler. He doesn't give them the money. Oh, see, this is the reason why black people can't come up because we don't help our own and all this shit. And it's stupid because what were those kids gonna learn? That's my biggest thing. What were they gonna learn?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
It'd been a cool story if they just got, you know, the $100, you know, a little over what the candy bars are worth. Right. It'd been fine.
Right.
But yeah, it's just people that work hard, when they see other people working hard, they help them. They're more inclined to help them.
Right.
And that's what he was trying to do. But he was just like, these people are a little too much.
Right. And again, I think the best thing he taught him was the valuable lesson of be honest.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest. Because if they was honest, I guarantee... Because he even said it afterwards. He said it, I think it was via Instagram or something. He said because they weren't honest, that's why he wasn't going to bless them.
Yeah.
But he was already going to give them way more than what they were going to ask for the box. But when they said what they said, he was like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Like, hold on here. Like... And like you said, he gave them chances. He was like, "Come on, man, how much for this?" And when they kept, like I said, the one kid upped the price to $250, which I thought was hilarious. But he was just, and he even started laughing, like, "Are y'all serious right now?" Like, and it sucks. It sucks because I feel like, not to make it a racist thing, but I feel like these moments are the moments that people who are racist point at our community and go, see. And it's like, it's not fair because you have someone who's successful, who's trying to do the right thing in this situation. He did the right thing in this situation, but it's still going to be looked at as like, nah, you fucked up. And then mind you said something about, when we off air, you said something about Soulja Boy.
Oh yeah, and then Soulja Boy, it was a quick post or something like that I read. But I guess he found some kids that were selling candy, and then he just bought the whole thing outright from them. And it was something like to make Dababy look bad. See, and it was just like, Soulja Boy is more like clout chasing than anything. Right. Smart and everything for him to do that, but
right. But my whole thing about that is, again, Now it just continues a narrative that shouldn't be a narrative because you can do whatever the hell you want to do with your money.
Yeah.
Like, you're not obligated to, because this kid's asking for whatever now, because I have it, I have to pay him or whatever. It doesn't work that way, right?
And already Dababy's getting more, like, this story's getting more attention for him being, you know, a perceived asshole to everyone, right? Then when Young Thug bailed out 30 nonviolent criminals, that just got swept under the rug. It's like, that was a good story. Fucking, he paid all these people's bails, but no, we don't want to shine light on that one. So that's why I say, like, even if he did pay them, the story would have been nothing.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but for a lot of people out there who have that opinion, like, oh, you should just pay and everything like that, like Jason said, would you do it?
Do it within your means. Whatever relative to how much money you have, do that shit. Let's see how many times you can do that before all of a sudden people start coming, like, just very entitled to your money.
Because I don't think people really understand that just because you have an abundance of something does not mean it's a free-for-all and it's like, fuck it, now we can just go crazy and, I'll give this to you.
And the thing is, it's not really helpful.
No.
It's not really helpful. And the thing, I forget this saying, I learned it from the Boondocks, but I'm sure it's from something else. He was like, who's Huey? Riley was Huey. He was with big hair.
Yeah, Huey.
He was just like, he was like, if you try to help everyone, you end up helping no one.
Right.
So it's like, you got to be selective of who you help out, because if it's like a free-for-all, then the wrong people are getting help, man, because the wrong people know how to work the system. They know how to work shit to get the most for nothing.
Right.
And the people that actually work hard, they rarely ask for help.
Yeah, there's some kids, I don't know if you've been to this Target, but the Target in our area, it's on Cherry.
Come on, I've been there.
Oh, I didn't know. But there's a couple kids that are always out there selling candy, and for the most part, I always tell them no, because one, I don't want candy, and two, I don't have cash, right? So one day, new kid out there, and he's like, oh, would you like to buy some candy? And I was like, no, don't have any cash. He was like, I have Venmo, and I was like, you smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, gave him $5. Didn't even want the candy. I Venmo'd him $5. Left it at that, and I was just like, because I've been waiting for someone to do that, and for you to take the initiative to do that, I respect you. Like,
print out little your QR code. And everything.
Like, he right on his phone. I was just like, and then he was like, "Do you want the candy?" I was like, "Nope, don't want the shit. Just have a lovely day because you did it."
You're starting out your business.
Yeah, I'm just like, because stuff like that, again, respectable. Not saying that these kids didn't do anything wrong besides the whole lying part, but them going out there and hustling and everything like that, totally commendable, because you're out there.
Everyone's hustled.
Yeah, so you're trying to make money and everything. I respect that totally. It's just the idea of don't lie.
Don't feel entitled.
Right.
Regardless if they're a millionaire or billionaire, what happens to those kids would be like, yo, it's $68, blah blah, and if they're going somewhere like, yo, what can we do to earn a little extra money?
Exactly.
Like, can I wash your car?
That's the thing.
Like, what next? And then all of a sudden these kids are on this payroll.
Right.
He's like, they could have been like, forget the candy, give me a job with you. Like, let me do something to you.
And
let me learn.
Yeah.
I thought that's where, when I first saw the video, I thought that was where that was going. I thought they were gonna be like, oh, candy's this. He's gonna start laughing. They're gonna be like, no, for real though, but like, put me on, like, help me, like, what do you need? When they just kept going with the money thing, I was just like,
yeah,
they're young, so I'm not gonna kill them for it, because I get it.
But they learned.
Yeah.
Hopefully they took the lesson.
Exactly.
Hopefully they're not listening to all these people that told them that they deserve to get money.
Yeah, because nothing out here is free. Nothing. Even, I don't care if you get it without giving any money, if it takes time, if it takes effort, if it takes whatever, you're going to pay some way. So the idea that stuff just comes out of, like, it's rare when it comes out of the goodness of people's hearts. So when someone's going to do it, of course, respect that. But again, you're not entitled to get anything out here because you're doing this or that, or you feel like, oh, I'm working so hard. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.